All right, guys, what's happening? What's happening? It is Wednesday, December 1st, 2021. First day of the last day, the first day of the last month of 2021. And man, I hope we kick it off in proper fashion this morning. We've got a great topic this morning. We're going to talk about your circle and how that impacts your future. I've got some things that I'm going to share with you guys. We got some events coming up on the contractor side of things for Top Contractor School, the Inner Circle Retreat. It's coming out soon. We'll have tickets available coming soon. They'll be dropping today. And so I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about the power of your circle and how the who you surround yourself with really is what your future will look like, and how that has played a massive role in my life. So happy first day of December. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, what's happening, guys? Happy Wednesday to you and happy first day of December. It's the first day of the last month of the year, and man, we're here to make it count this morning. So we're going to talk about your circle and how your circle is your future, man. When you look at your life, when you look around you, who are you surrounded by? You know, what are those people? Are those people lifting you up? Are they making a positive impact on you? Or are those people, sucking the energy out of you? And what does it look like in your future if you keep the same circle? Look at it. For me, years ago, this was an evaluation that I really made and started to look at and started to say, like, it wasn't always that I was surrounded by the wrong people per se, but it was very evident to me that I wasn't surrounded by the people that would help me achieve what I wanted to achieve, right? I didn't have enough connections in the areas of my life that I wanted to have. And so that's an important piece of what we do. When you talk about your circle, look at those 5 closest people to you, and who you interact with the most is going to determine whether your life is going to elevate or go in the wrong direction. And I think, when I look around at the most impactful people in my life, those people who pour into me the most, I also look at who they're connected to and who's pouring into them, right? It is a just constant cycle. You have to have a full cup to be able to pour out. And so when you look at your circle and you look at who is making a massive difference in your life, are you spending time with the right people? Are you surrounded by the right people? Are you making the choices to be surrounded by those people that get you closer to where you want to be, that get you closer to the life that you actually want? It's a difficult scenario, right? Because sometimes we look around us and the people that surround us are not the right people. And those are difficult scenarios. Those are difficult conversations. They're difficult moves to make in your life. It's difficult to distance yourself from people that you care about, from people that you want the best for. But sometimes those people don't always want the best for themselves, right? Everybody's been through that at some point in their life with somebody that they cared about. So that's what we're going to unpack this morning. I'm going to give you guys some examples of how this has made a massive impact in my life, and how, making those choices to be able to surround yourself with the right people. And at different times in your life, those people are going to be different. And so we're going to unpack that this morning. But first, I want to kick us off saying good morning to everybody. We've got a bunch of people on here this morning, man. Ed, good morning to you. Daniel, good. My brother, good morning. Rick, good morning from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Good to see you here, brother, as always. Joe James, good morning to you, man. Keith, good morning, brother. Good to see you here. Rick Tamburino, let's go, brother. First day of December. Let's make it count, man. Gary, good morning to you. Don Sankey, good to see you, brother. Vicky, David Martin, Trudy, Tammy, Bill, Robin, man, we got a bunch of people in here. Michael, Huey, good morning to you, man. So, to get back to the topic, guys, who you surround yourself with, it's going to look different based on where you're at. Who got you to this point will not get you to the next point always. Not everybody continues to grow in their life. So when you think about that, when you think about what it looks like to be surrounded by the right people, it's going to look different in different seasons of your life. What gets you started will not always help you finish. Takes different advice from different people, different experts in different areas of your life. So for me, I want to go back a handful of years and I want to talk about what a difference it has made to be surrounded by the right people. We have at Top Contractor School, we have something called the Top Contractor School Inner Circle. And, I'm not here to plug that group, but it is relevant. We happen to be kicking off, tickets for our next event. The next event is coming up in January. At the end of January 21st to the 23rd. But why I want to talk about that inner circle is because of the impact that group has made on me and the impact that group has made on so many people that are part of it. When we created that group, my goal for that group was to create a group of like-minded, like-hearted people that would come together and grow their businesses alongside of each other, to be there to support each other. And, to get the opportunity to lead that group is a real blessing. To look around you and see a bunch of people who lead companies who are like family to me, like literally like family to me. I believe all of them in the group at this point have met and spent time with my children. They've all met my wife. It's an amazing feeling to be surrounded by people that always have your back. That if something goes sideways, there's going to be people there to help you. People that see your vision the way that it should be seen and help you lay the blocks in front of you to make it happen. And, life, business, it can all be kind of a lonely place at times, right? We all have those days and those periods of time, those seasons in our lives where, everything seems kind of lonely. And that circle, those people that are closest to you, those are the people that will get you out of that feeling fast, man. And so who you choose to surround yourself with, who you choose to associate yourself with and align yourself with to go to war every day in life with, in business and life, in your marriage, in your relationships, your friendships. It matters, guys. It matters. And so you have to be very careful about who you surround yourself with, and you have to choose those people wisely. And as you make those difficult choices to distance yourself from some of the things that aren't serving you, it will blow your mind the level of people that end up taking those spots. Because when you open up availability in your life, as you continue to grow and you continue to reach higher, you continue to help other people around you, you serve the circle that you're part of, but you're very aware of who you're choosing and who you're allowing to be close to you. It is very, very important for you to realize that as you distance yourself from some, there's going to be incredible people that find their way into your life. And if I go back, to the times when, this wasn't necessarily a strong suit for me in my life, it wasn't something that I looked around and I said, man, I'm surrounded by winners. It's a whole different feeling, man. I wake up with a whole entirely different feeling today that I did when I wasn't surrounded by people who had the same mission as I did, who were trying to make an impact on the world, who were trying to give back, who had a similar vision of what they were trying to build. And so I encourage you guys to think about that. What does that look like for you? And how do you get in proximity of those people? For me, it didn't exist in our world. In the construction world, these types of things didn't exist. There was no way for me to get around like-minded, like-hearted people in construction. So I made a decision to create it. If it doesn't exist, make it happen, guys. If it isn't readily available to you, create it. That is what entrepreneurship is all about. When you don't see something that there's a need for, create it. And choose wisely who you bring on that journey with you. Make sure that you're choosing like-hearted and like-minded people to go with you. You know, yesterday there was a tragedy in Oxford, Michigan, right? And one of our very close friends, family members in our inner circle, it is his hometown. It's actually Matt Johnson, who's watching here this morning, also Matt Johnson's hometown. And it's always, you know, when things like this happen, man, it's always amazing to see just how fast people come together to support and to share love and to, you know, just let people know that you're there. You know, I was texting Ryan Austin, who it's his hometown. Many of you know Ryan from being on this show in the morning. But I was texting him this morning. And I can assure you, I'm not the only person that's in our group that's texting Ryan. You know, we had everybody in our WhatsApp group and our text thread yesterday messaging, you know, sending prayers and thoughts. And the power of prayer is real, guys. And when you have people around you that that offer those things, it matters, man. You know, when you don't feel alone in this life, when you don't feel alone in business, when you don't feel alone in any part of your life where you feel like you have a resource, makes all the difference. Your circle is everything, man. And so for me, one of the things that I say all the time is that I want to be that steady hand for people. You know, when there's things that are going wrong in life, when nothing seems to make sense, man, I want to be that person that can help people, that can provide some perspective, that helps people see things differently, that helps them refocus their vision on their business, on their life, on their marriage, whatever aspect of their life that they need help with. I want to be that person that people think of, right? To reach out to and to, you know, just be that steady hand, you know, that's always there. And so for me, it's showing up, man. You know, do you have people around you in your circle that show up? Do you have people in your circle that just give everything they got, man? They pour it out every single day. You know, I can tell you this, man, I got a lot going on. So I don't always feel like I'm checking every box every day. You know, I feel like there's some things that I don't always get right. But I can tell you this, I can look in this camera, I can talk to you guys with 1000% confidence and tell you that every single day, man, I leave it all on the field to try and serve the people that believe in me, that support me, that support my family, that support our companies. And that's what you're looking for, man. Your circle is your future. What does it look like, man? When you look around you, are the people around you a reflection of what you want to be? Are you aspiring to be more because of those people? Do you see something in them that is greater than something that is currently in you that you can aspire to be? And every person in my life, man, that is part of that circle has something that I admire greatly. If there's nothing that I admire about a person, I can assure you they will not have proximity to me. It doesn't mean that I won't talk to them, but they will not have proximity to me if there's not something about them I admire. Could be their heart, could be their talents, could be a gift that they have. They could be brilliant in one area of business that makes us have a bond, you know, a friendship that's undeniable. But if you have people in your life, man, that don't have those qualities, be careful of that. Be careful of that, because your circle is your future, man. Who you surround yourself with matters immensely, man. When I look back and I started looking at, you know, the people that were around me and what was happening in my life, what was not happening in my life, and I started to make those changes. I started to network like this on social media and talk to different people and build relationships. Dude, everything changed for me, man. My future changed. The way that I saw things changed. The opportunities that I knew were in front of me, everything changed. When your perspective changes, the whole world changes. When the way that you start to look at things change, everything changes. That is the true definition of opportunity. It's the way that you look at things. And your circle determines that. If you are around a bunch of losers, I don't mean to sound harsh, but if you're around a bunch of losers, man, you're likely to be the next one. If you're around a bunch of people that don't stay disciplined to the things that you need to be disciplined in to be successful, don't be surprised when you're not disciplined either. You have to continue leveling up, man. And if you're one of those people that feels like you're not leveling up, then don't be surprised when you get left behind, because that's how it works, guys. It's not anybody's responsibility to take you along for the ride. Your circle is your future. If you're not keeping up with that circle, if you're not putting in the work, if you're not leveling up, that circle is going to blow past you and you'll be yesterday's news. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just trying to be real with you. It's not anybody's responsibility to take you on the ride with them. It's your responsibility, man. God planted gifts in you to use. God planted gifts in you that are supposed to be used in this world. And if you don't use them, man, your circle is going to look different in a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Because those people that continue growing, they just can't take you along for the ride, man. They can't carry a human being as a rock on their back. Or you're stealing from them and their family. Think about that, man. So your circle is your future, man. And I can tell you this, man. There's so many people that are part of that circle that I consider family on this stream. Too many to list, but you know who you are. You know who you are. And it means the world to me, man, to have people to run with like that have the same heart, the same mind, the same giving nature, the same values in their business, the same principles. It means everything. It gives me strength when I am weak to be surrounded by those people that inspire me. The guy I'm looking at right now in the comments, Leonard Pickett, man, that dude shows up like nobody else shows up, man. Family man, incredible values in his business, just crushes it. Sean Finn, another great example of a guy that I've known Sean Finn forever. He's my chiropractor, right? But some things happened and brought us closer together, man. And I've admired that dude for a decade. And now I get to run with him, right? I get to have lunch with him. We get to talk about business. We get to talk about life. Your circle matters, man. And those people will make you better. Those people will make you better and make your business better, make your marriage better, make your friendships better, everything. Choose them wisely. Choose them wisely. And don't allow people to be a rock on your back, man. It's tough love Wednesday. You're right, man. You're right, Rick. It is tough love Wednesday. And it is the truth, man. If you don't recognize this, if you don't recognize what tough love really means, tough love is still love, man. It's just telling people the truth, embracing the conflict. How you deliver that, as long as you deliver a message with care and compassion and respect, how somebody else responds to that is not your responsibility. You can't own that. But you do have to have the level of awareness to be willing to tell people. Love isn't all just sunshine and rainbows, man. It is telling people the truth, telling people when they're not living up to their God-given potential. That's what a real friend does. I could tell you this: if you have the opportunity to be coached by me, that's what you're going to get. If you're looking for somebody that's just going to be, hey, you're great, and let me tell you how great you are all the time, you signed up for the wrong guy. Because true love is truth. True friendship is truth. True mentorship is truth, good and bad. Constructive, respectful, supportive, inspirational, motivational, but it's the truth. And so ask yourself that question. What does my circle look like? And when you figure out what your circle looks like, you will figure out what your future looks like. And if it doesn't look right, the good news is you can change that. You can start today. And you can start to change the people or change the people. You can either have an impact on those people around you, or you can change the distance that they have to you. The proximity that they have to you is not owned. That proximity is rented. And it got to be earned. That's all I got for today, guys. I hope it was helpful, man. If you found this to be helpful, do me a favor. I'm asking you this from my heart this morning because I think a lot of people could benefit from this message this morning. I think there's a lot of people in the world that need to evaluate this. Please share it out to your pages. Share it to groups that maybe you're part of. Share it somewhere. If you're listening on the podcast, please just click that share episode link and send it to one person. You never know who might need to hear this message this morning. And do me one more favor. Say a prayer for those families and those people up in Oxford, Michigan. It's a crazy world that we live in, man. But love fixes this. Love fixes everything, man. Caring for people, listening to people. There were 3 kids that lost their lives yesterday, but really 4. The person that decided to go into that school and do what he or she did, they lost their life too, right? And those parents are grieving in a different way. And so how do we lift this world up, man? We lift it up by listening, by loving, by embracing the conflict that comes with telling the truth. But it's a responsibility on all of us, man. God has planted gifts in all of us that need to be used. Go give it away to the world, man. Go give it away. Just be a good person. How you live sets the example for others. Remember that today. Have a great Wednesday, guys, and I will see you again tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. Love you guys. Thanks for being here.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.